Hey, what up, y'all? It's me, your boy, Lil D, coming at you from the den, and I'm going to be talking to you about making that jump from apartment living to buying some property and living in a house. Now, this can be a very scary thing to think about, living in a house. And a little backstory, I originally never wanted to live in a house. I always thought apartment living was so cool. Just because when I was little, we lived in an apartment for maybe 6 months while my parents' new place was getting built. But that apartment and how small and nice it was having the whole family together is what really kind of made me like living in apartments until my latest experience with our last apartment people. Now, there are a lot of perks of living in an apartment, such as not having to take care of anything, but that also means that none of the stuff is actually yours. Not to mention, the pricing of apartments has probably doubled in the past 5 years. Now, I moved out of my parents' house with my boyfriend 5 years ago, and when we first moved out for a 1 bedroom, 1 den, and this is Arizona, so we got a full living room, a patio, a dining area, and a kitchen, we only paid $700 with stuff such as the gym and the pool included. Now, that is unheard of anymore. Our previous apartment that we just moved out from, granted we had a discount, we were paying for the same thing. It was almost the same layout, but for the same amount of space, we were paying $1,300 and probably $50. So that's pretty much doubled what we were paying when we originally moved out, which is crazy. So quickly after getting into this new apartment, I realized that this was a lot of money. This wasn't $700 anymore. This was a lot of money, and all this money is not going anywhere. And we quickly came to the decision that we weren't going to be staying here. So as it came closer for us to move out of that apartment, we went looking for houses, and we went looking for houses for one day. We went looking in the area that we really wanted, which was too overpriced, and what we could afford was really depressing. And later that day, Zach said, let's go look at this community that's a little bit farther out, but it's still off the freeway, but a little farther out, and there was not much of anything out here. But we came and looked over here, and we found these model homes. And that day we decided this is where we're moving to. It was all within that first week that we came and saw the model homes, and we told them that we were going to be buying because they only had 2 lots left. And it actually worked out so perfectly because they're going to be opening more lots, but that would be maybe 6 months, 5-6 months, and we didn't have that kind of time. Now, this may not be realistic for everybody to just jump from an apartment to a house, but from my career of nursing and working night shift for 3 or 4 months, I was able to save a lot of money, and I was able to get this down payment. And I will say this is probably one of the best investments that we have made. I know it can be scary going from an apartment where everything's taken care of for you to going to a house. But if you look around enough, you could find a place that is livable, and it's pretty fun to customize it and paint it and do your own thing with it because this is your property, not someone else's. And to those who are thinking about changing as well, just think about, how do you want to invest your money? I know there's a lot of apartment complexes going here up in the Phoenix area of Arizona, but those are going to be low at the beginning, but the price is only going to go higher, whereas in a house, you can make your price go lower, actually. And that's something I didn't realize when we first moved out. I thought that they would value you as a person living in the apartment complex and your rent would actually go down, but it's really the opposite. It just slowly went up and up and up to a point where I was like, we got to get out of here. And there are ways to help bring down your payments monthly. We just refinanced, got a lower interest rate, like a significantly lower interest rate. And we're actually going to be paying as much for the house now as we were for that apartment. And not to mention that apartment's utilities, like the SRP, I paid $250 that first month that we moved in. And that's a ridiculous amount, where the highest bill I've ever paid here in the house was $175. So things like that are stuff to think about. Now, let me know if you have any questions about first-time home buying, and maybe I could make a whole separate video on what that process entailed. But leave them in the comments down below. Please give this video a like if you like these story time type videos, or if it helped you further your decision from making that jump from apartment living to getting into your own house, your own property, which I think is the best thing we've ever done. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and bye.